Welcome to the House of Legends podcast, where great women become exceptional. I am your host, Graciela, founder and CEO of the House of Legends by Graciela, a mindset coach and mother of three beautiful kids. My mission and passion is to provide you with the tools that will allow you to unlock and bring out the best version of yourself, which is the key to all change. Some of those tools are mindset, identity work, and emotional mastery. Not only that, but I will also bring you powerful conversations with legends like you, showcasing their journey, life work, and allowing us to learn from their experiences and insights. So don't miss an episode. Tune in each week to the House of Legends podcast and let's unlock the power of your own legend. Let's dive in today's episode. There are infinite levels of consciousness available. And here's the beautiful gift. You get to decide which one you live from. Welcome back to the House of Legends, where great women become exceptional. I am your host, Graciela, and welcome back to our 8-week series, The Woman Behind the Business. Today is episode 6. We're going to talk about levels of consciousness going beyond scripting. But before that, I would love to remind you about our giveaway. Yes, we have a giveaway here at the House of Legends podcast. And the way to enter is really easy. After each episode, we will love for you to share your insights, your aha moments on your Instagram stories, and of course, tag us. And every time that you get to share, you get an entry point. With that clear, let's dive in today's episode, a new level of consciousness and going beyond scripting. If you've been listening to the episodes, on episode 4 and 5, I shared with you some events that actually allowed me to go deeper on my healing journey and also on my personal growth in a big way. I was able to see why I was attracting the people that I was attracting, the events, the situations with the money, with coaches, with clients, and I was able to understand myself better. From there, I started building my business, attracting new people, and I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I I learned so much about me and also about the possibilities that I did have for the business. But one of the things that I used to do, because right now I actually one of the parts that I'm really mindful when it comes to guiding my clients. I was trying to, like I mentioned, doing scripting, working on my identity. And yes, I was seeing big changes. But I arrived to the point that I knew something was off. And here's the thing that I was off is that parts of me were still acting from my old level of consciousness. And what do I mean with consciousness? Actually, consciousness contains the identity, your assumptions, your beliefs, how things get to work for you. And I felt at one point that I was half and half. I was upgrading, I was moving in a different ways, but part of me still was on the old way of consciousness. And I'm going to put an example right here because I'm really visual, right? And many of you are as well. You know, those days where you wake up and you feel like $1,000,000, like I'm ready to do everything, I'm ready to go live to the podcast and on so on and on. And there are other days like, oh, I don't know even what I'm doing. What the fuck, and excuse my French here. And that is actually not like normal. And I know many of the people on the industry that say like, yeah, and I'm not saying that the law of rhythm doesn't apply here, but sometimes it's not even the law of rhythm, it's actually the level of consciousness. It's because we are one foot in, one foot out. Makes sense? Imagine every level of consciousness as a planet. When you are really turn on in that frequency of your new consciousness, you see life from there. You're not trying. Makes sense? And so I felt that way. I felt like one foot in, one foot out. And I was able to see still that I was operating with all patterns, that I was repeating some cycles. And right there, I put I got myself together. I put myself together in the sense that I sat down and I was just like, what's going on here? And I was able to see with clarity and, of course, utilizing some tools as well. Because right here is the thing, it's not about willpower, it's not about motivation or discipline. Right here is about going even deeper with your healing, getting your nervous system on board, getting actually removing, or I'm not going to say removing, but moving the energy even deeper and seeing those wounds, those events that still, when you remember those, you still feel the contraction, and allow yourself to feel that, move the energy and reframe that. This is one of the things that I get to teach my clients, because this was the big part of the puzzle that I was missing. And when I start doing this work, I start moving into a new level of consciousness, not only my identity, but the assumptions, the way that I set, or that I set things to work for me. New programs, new ideas, new ways of communicating, new ways of actually not only reaching out people, but actually impacting in a big way came to me because I was tuned on in that new level of consciousness. I was not one foot in, one foot out. And I'm not talking about perfectionism. I'm not talking about that you have to force it, but it's been it will require for you to be present, present, and understand what is going on in the moment. Like I said, this goes beyond scripting. And as we mentioned in the first minutes of this episode, there are infinite levels of consciousness. You get to the side. You get to the side. And one of the things that pissed me off is that I have to be you. Like, who are you in the first place? Sometimes we still gather so many labels, so many things. Like, you get to choose. You fucking choose what you want. You fucking choose your level of consciousness. You get to choose how things work for you. You are the one. And of course, it will require for you to see the old patterns, to see the old programming, to move the energy, to do the things. But once you do that, you live from the new level. Makes sense? So there's a specific process that I utilize with my clients. And by the way, I would love to extend the invitation if you're listening this before September. We have an event. I call it a frequency. Coming up on September is a VIP group immersion called Legendary Identity. But by the way, we go beyond identity. We're doing this work. It's one day. It's gonna be in a beautiful place. Can you imagine a whole day? This is not a workshop. Right there, we're gonna do the work, because I'm not gonna give you more information about like, do this, do that, whatever the fuck. No, right there, we're gonna go hands on, and you're gonna have the feedback. And what I love about this and what I see on my mind's eye is that I'm going to have specific time with every one of you and customize. I'm not going to give you just a blueprint. I'm going to customize every single thing that you must look in order for you to step into the new level, in order for you to watch, to see the blind spots. Sometimes even I do have so many coaches working with me, even mindset coaches, because even I do have a mindset coach as well, because we don't see the blind spots. And when we see it, a little shift can make the difference. So if you want to know more about that, you can DM us direct to our Instagram, or we go also going to leave in the description or email, and you can inquire. It's going to be amazing. And also we're going to have a VIP dinner, so you will have the opportunity to networking with amazing women as well. If we have another way as well to work, because we integrate this part of what we do here. It's on the Woman Behind the Business, which is our 12-week program. This is one of the masterpieces I've been crafting, evolving this since 2021. Then our first round was called the Dream Lifestyle, and then it evolved into Untether and now the woman behind the business. So as you can see, this is not new. This is something really deep, and it has been evolved as well as me. So the action step that I would love for you to take, this is a stronger suggestion. I mean, you don't have to, but this is one of the things that I love for you, because if you do, you integrate, and integration is the key. You don't want to gather more information. So right here, take time, at least 20, 30 minutes when you don't have the phone, you don't have any interruptions, and ask yourself, take a deeper look. What are the contractions? What are the moments that you still feel like those ups and downs? And actually ask yourself, from what place I'm still acting. What are the things that are still active within myself? And we have the answers, And if you would love to, I don't like to use the word help, support. We are here to help you. Well, on the next episode, we're going to talk about nervous system, which actually is a big part of this integration for you to step into a new level of consciousness, for you to hold a new identity. But yeah, I want to keep it short and sweet. Let us know on your Instagram stories how this was landing for you. With that being said, have a beautiful day, and we'll see you in the next. Take care. Thank you so much for being here. Your presence is greatly appreciated, and it truly means a lot to me. If you could support us by leaving a 5-star review, it will help us to connect with more extraordinary and influential women like you. With that being said, thanks once again, and let's look forward to an amazing and legendary week ahead.